Hey guys, it's Benefits of a G from G Tracker here, and in today's video we're going to go over, well, I guess the loot tab that I've done for Vorkath. As with Zora, we did 500 kills. As you guys probably already know, Bodhi released a video probably close to Dragon Slayer 2's release. He did about 1k kills there, and it was after the buff that they made to it, at least I should say to their drop table. And even though I've only gotten 500 kills, if I were to double my kill count and double the loot tab value that I have, it would be really close to what he had gotten. Not too far off, so I should say this boss is very consistent in the types of drops that it gives. I was able to pull anywhere from 300 to 600k loot per trip, and that was with the crossbow. Now, if we compare the blowpipe and the crossbow, I have to say that the crossbow makes this boss much more worthwhile and that much easier. If you're using the blowpipe, you should be expecting your kills per hour to be cut down by half, I should say. So with the crossbow, you're able to use one of three shields: the anti-dragon shield, the dragon fire shield, and the dragon fire ward. So if we compare all three, this is less than 100. This is next shield is 7.5 mil. Then if we compare the ward, this is over 70 mil. I used all three shields with at least 100 kills each, and I can tell you right now that none of them had any significant difference in getting the amount of kills per trip. Every single one of these shields was able to give me anywhere from 3 to 5 kills per trip. The ward maybe got me a 6 kill per trip, but honestly, you don't even need more than 5 kills per trip, because with 5 kills, you're already leaving like at least 10 to 14k in dragon hide on the floor. So you're kind of just leaving money on there when you should just probably just tally and rebank, regear. So yeah, between all three shields, little to no difference. I saw no significant change. So basically the entire time, I'm not gonna be, I never used this thing besides those 100 kills. It just simply wasn't worth it to probably have it possibly crash on me while I was going for this. Whereas you have a shield that's only less than 100 GP, and when there's no difference, why wouldn't you just use the cheapest option and keep yourself out of risk between the or at least lowering your chance of having the market crash on you, especially since with this method you're going to be using the Dragon Hunter crossbow, and throughout the entire time that I had the crossbow, it's been fluctuating quite a lot. So I bought it at like 68 mil, then it skyrocketed to like 90 plus mil, then it crashed all the way back down to 48 mil, and now it's back up to like 70 something mil, 73 mil. So it was kind of a crazy ride trying not to lose money on that thing. And in the end, I profited 10 mil off of it, riding that fluctuation, trying to keep my losses at a minimum. The only thing I was trying to keep with the crossbow throughout this entire loot tab thing was to try and just break even with it through all that fluctuation, and I managed to pull out 10 plus mil in profit by just buying and selling it at different times. So I'm pretty happy with that. It kind of adds on to the total loot. But if you don't have, because how much the crossbow is right now, 70-ish mil. So it's like 70-ish mil. If you don't have this amount of money, then you obviously are going to be using the blowpipe, which is 4 mil. But the difference between this is, like I mentioned earlier, with the blowpipe, you're only going to manage to be able to get maybe 1-2 kills per trip. Really not that much. So you're literally cutting your kills per hour in half. Simply because with the crossbow, you're able to use the anti-shield for any of those three shields, whichever one you use. which is going to help you protect against its mage attacks. So if you don't know, Vorkath is going to spend 30% more of its attacks using a range attack on you. So if you have one of those shields and you're using the crossbow, you're going to want to protect against range. And you might take a little bit of damage here and there, but overall, it's a significant difference. Whereas if you're using the Blowpipe, you have to pray against mage, because if you pray against range, every single one of those mage attacks are going to hit like 40s and 50s on you. Even if you're using the super extended anti-fire potion, you're still going to get hit really hard. And if you protect against mage, you're going to get hard with the range attacks. So either or, you're still getting hit really hard no matter which way you go about it. And so getting one kill a trip with the Blowpipe was pretty difficult. It was kind of a struggle, I should say. And to get 2 kills a trip was even harder. If you are someone that knows how to do the Wook's Walk, then maybe you might be able to get those 2 kills per trip. But for me, on average, I was only getting 1 kill a trip with the Blowpipe. Whereas with the crossbow, with any of the shields, it was always 3 to 5. And then the ward was able to maybe possibly get the 6th kill a trip. But again, at that point, the 6th kill is probably not necessary. You might as well bank at 5 kills because you're already leaving a lot of loot on the floor that you could be saving. So I think in terms of value with the crossbow, I don't want to say what it's worth, but as I mentioned, probably every single kill was like 100k, pretty much very consistently, much more consistently than Zora was when I did the video for that. So like 5 kills was literally 500k to 600k. Pretty much always that. Every time I checked, it pretty much never changed. It's almost as if it has to give you that specific amount, which is pretty crazy. So if you don't have a lot of money and you need to go kill something for, to grow your bank again, and you at least have enough for a Blowpipe, then this would be something that I would highly suggest doing. But oddly enough, I didn't see that many people killing it throughout all the time, because I did this over a span of like almost a month. So throughout all that time, it was kind of like I just saw the same few people there, and it wasn't that crowded. I thought something that brought in this much money would be a little bit more crowded, but not so. And this is just my personal opinion. Your opinion may be very much different, because I've talked to other PBMers in our Discord and they like killing Vorkath, but for me personally, it was just very boring. It was very stale. In terms of difficulty, it was just killing like a super like a black dragon with just a little bit more a brutal black dragon with a little bit more mechanics to it. It was honestly just stupidly easy for how much money this thing brings in. So it was also just incredibly boring to do. I'd rather much do something like raids or God Wars, something a little bit more entertaining, something that has a little bit more going for it, because the ward is like 1 in 5,000 to get. So the odds are you're not gonna get that drop. So if you're gonna kill this boss, you should just be expecting just consistent money, and that's basically it. That's basically all this boss is. But if you are on a Slayer task and you get a Blue Dragon task, then this is obviously a great thing to go to. If I get a Blue Dragon task, I'm not gonna buy the crossbow again for it. I'd probably just use the Blowpipe. Maybe get like half of the kill count for it, or like half of the task for it, and then do the rest just doing regular Blue Dragons. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. So the crossbow, don't know what it should be valued at, but you definitely would make the money back very easily, very consistent money. If you go there, you're just gonna make money. So enough of that. Why don't we go ahead and look into the tab itself to see what we've got. And so OSBuddy is showing this tab to be something that the actual tab isn't worth. So why don't we go ahead and take all of this stuff out so we can get a true value of what this boss was really worth.
this to end in fire, then we shall all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. And if we should die tonight, we should all die together. Raise a glass of wine for the last time, holding out, Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn over and on the mountainside. Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire.
Okay, so after selling everything at the Grand Exchange and having to sell that pretty quickly in terms for the video, we were able to get back 72.5 mil. So I think OSBuddy was showing 73.5 mil. So 1 mil under, completely fine, especially for the video. I know this is a flipping channel, but if you do like if you guys want to get into some video flipping, I do a lot of streams on the GE Tracker Twitch channel, and I always do the flips at the very beginning of the video or the very beginning of the streams. So if that's something that's interest to you, you guys should follow us on there. So what I've done is I've given the GE Tracker account 2 mil to start with, and I've only flipped while I'm streaming. So if I'm not streaming, I haven't streamed that day, I don't flip off stream. I don't try to do anything unless it's actually streamed, so you guys can actually see the progress that I'm making, every single flip and all that kind of stuff. Luckily I haven't had to block any of the flips by getting undercut and stuff like that. Probably by only streaming it, kind of like waiting until that happens has probably helped me, because it's been a little bit more patient on that kind of stuff, so it's a little bit more long term. But again, if it's something that interests you guys, then go ahead and check us out on the GE Tracker Twitch channel. But yeah, this is the total loot for Vorkath after 500 kills, and if we double this, it's 144 mil, 145 mil. So kind of close to what Bodhi had, probably like 10 mil, a little bit over 10 mil than what he had. But I probably maybe had just maybe had some good drops here that probably boosted that up a little bit. But if it went up to 1k kill count, probably be very similar to what he had gotten. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy that. If you guys do like this, or you guys have any suggestions, do leave a comment down below. Please do leave a subscribe if you guys enjoy the content and to show your support. But other than that, guys, good luck merching, and until next time.